is how Cheryl Reeve was very standoffish to Caitlin Clark's arrival, very dismissive to Caitlin Clark's arrival, very agenda driven when it comes to selecting her for the national team. And I have to think Dawn Staley is in that book as well, and she knows a bomb is about to drop when it comes to what she had to say when it comes to her part in the Team USA national team. We know what she said publicly.
We have just received information that shifts the entire landscape of women's basketball. If you thought the Caitlin Clark saga was over, if you thought the book was closed on the Olympic snub and the controversy that defined the summer, you were wrong, dead wrong. Because what we are hearing today, coming out of the back channels of USA Basketball, isn't just a rumor, it is a complete paradigm shift. The Caitlin Clark effect has finally breached the walls of the establishment. We are talking about a total restructuring, a panic move by the executives, and a realization that they cannot afford, literally and figuratively, to make the same mistake twice. The headline is, "This changes everything." And that is not clickbait, that is a fact. Because the performance Caitlin Clark just put on against the very architects of her exclusion has forced a hand that nobody wanted to play. Today, we are going to break down the fallout. We are going to talk about the secret meetings, the leaked concerns from major sponsors, and the new roadmap that is being drawn up for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. A roadmap that doesn't just include Caitlin Clark, but hands her the keys to the entire kingdom. The old guard is trembling, the hierarchy is crumbling, and it is all happening because one player refused to take no for an answer. To understand why this is such a bombshell, we have to look at the timeline. For months, the narrative from USA Basketball was rigid. It was wait your turn. It was we value experience over hype. They stuck to their guns even when the ratings skyrocketed, even when the merchandise sold out, even when the fans revolted. They thought they could ride out the storm. They thought the Clark mania was a bubble that would burst once the WNBA season settled down. But then the revenge game happened. We talked about it in our last video, but we need to talk about the consequences of that game. When Caitlin Clark dismantled Cheryl Reeve's defense, she didn't just win a basketball game, she destroyed the argument. She made the decision-makers look incompetent. And according to insiders, that was the tipping point. We are hearing reports that major broadcast partners, the people who pay the bills for these global tournaments, made phone calls immediately after that game. The message was clear. You are leaving money on the table, and you are hurting the product. Money talk. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the loudest currency in sport. So, what exactly is changing? The word on the street is that the selection process for the next cycle leading into the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics in LA is being completely overhauled. The committee approach, which allowed personal biases and old grudges to filter out young talent, is under review. They are looking at a more data-driven model, a model that values current impact over past tenure. This is a direct response to the Clark snub. They are realizing that you cannot build a marketing strategy for a home soil Olympics in Los Angeles without the biggest star in the world. The fear, and it is a genuine fear within the organization, is that if they continue to alienate Clark, she might just say no to them. Imagine that scenario. Imagine the 2028 Olympics in LA, and Caitlin Clark decides she'd rather rest or she'd rather host her own camp because she was disrespected in 2024. It would be a PR nightmare of biblical proportions. So the power dynamic has flipped. USA Basketball needs Caitlin Clark way more than Caitlin Clark needs USA Basketball, and they are starting to act like it. There is also the player power angle. We are seeing a shift in the locker room. For a long time, the veteran players held all the cards. They dictated the culture. But the younger generation, the players coming up with Caitlin, the Angel Reeses, the Cameron Brinks, they are watching. They are seeing how the face of the league was treated. And there is a growing sentiment that the old boys club, or old girls club in this case, needs to be dismantled. This new development suggests that the next Olympic roster won't just be a Caitlin Clark addition, it will be a Caitlin Clark team. We are talking about building the system around her pace, her spacing, her passing. This is a massive departure from the fit in or get out mentality that Cheryl Reeve preached. It's an admission that the system was the problem, not the player. It's an admission that the traditional style of play is obsolete compared to the revolution Caitlin is leading. Let's talk about the leaked sponsor pressure. Nike, State Farm, Gatorade. These are massive corporations that have invested millions into Caitlin Clark, Do you think they were happy seeing their golden goose sitting on the couch during the Paris Games? Absolutely not. There is chatter that the pressure from these external stakeholders has reached a boiling point. They want a guarantee. They want to know that their investment will be on the global stage. This change we are discussing is likely a result of that corporate muscle being flexed. We might see a scenario where the Olympic team selection becomes less about coaches' favorites and more about brand viability. Some purists will hate that. They will say it ruins the sanctity of the sport. But let's be real. Professional sports is a business, and right now, business is booming for Team Clark, and it is stagnating for the establishment. The change is simply the market correcting itself. And what about Cheryl Reeve? This news puts her in a very precarious position. If the organization is pivoting toward a Clark-centric future, where does that leave the coach, who famously said she doesn't care about the hype? It leaves her on the outside, looking in. We might be witnessing the slow, painful exit of a coaching philosophy. The writing is on the wall. If USA Basketball wants to embrace the future, they might have to part ways with the symbol of the past. This isn't just about a roster spot. It's about a regime change. It's about signaling to the world that the WNBA and Team USA are entering the modern era, an era defined by range, pace, and star power. Caitlin Clark didn't just force her way onto a team. She forced an entire institution to look in the mirror and realize they were ugly. Let's look ahead to 2028. Los Angeles. The world is watching. If this change holds true, we are looking at the potential for the most dominant, most watched, and most exciting Olympic basketball team in history. Picture a team built specifically to run with Caitlin. Shooters in the corners, athletic bigs who can catch lobs. A fast break offense that scores 120 points a game. That is the vision that is terrifying the rest of the world and exciting the executives. This news, this shift in philosophy, is the first step toward that reality. It's the acknowledgement that the slow it down, pound the paint style is dead. Caitlin killed it, and now they have to build a new machine on top of its grave. But there is a darker side to this change. Is it genuine, or is it just damage control? Are they actually sorry they left her off? Or are they just sorry they got caught looking stupid? There is a cynicism here that we have to acknowledge. USA Basketball is a proud organization. They don't like admitting mistakes. So they won't come out and say, we were wrong. They will spin it. They will say, we are evolving. They will say the game is changing. But we know the truth. We know that this evolution has a name. It has a number. And it wears an Indiana Fever jersey. The change is a surrender. It is a white flag waved in the face of overwhelming talent. So what should Caitlin do? Should she accept this olive branch? Should she step into the role of the savior for the program that spurned her? That is the million-dollar question. If I were her camp, I would make them beg. I would make them publicize the commitment. I would ensure that the team is built to win, not just to stroke the egos of the veterans. This is her leverage moment. She has never been more powerful than she is right now. She has the moral high ground, the statistical high ground, and the financial high ground. This news confirms that she has won the war without even fighting the battle in Paris. In conclusion, this report, these rumors of a restructuring, this change, it is the vindication we have been waiting for. It is proof that talent eventually denies politics. It is proof that the fans have a voice. Caitlin Clark has changed the WNBA. She has changed the NCAA, and now, finally, she has changed the Olympics. The SNEM of 2024 will go down in history not as a tragedy, but as the catalyst for the necessary revolution of 2020. The Queen stayed Queen, and the Olympics will never be the same again. I want to hear your predictions. Do you think USA Basketball will clean house? Do you think Cheryl Reeve keeps her job for the next cycle? And do you think Caitlin should demand a public apology before she suits up for Team USA? The comments section is going to be on fire for this one. So let me know what you think. This is a developing story, and we will be tracking every single move they make. If you want to stay ahead of the news, if you want the truth before the mainstream media sanitizes it, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and like this video. We are watching the throne change hands in real time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.